Welcome. The video you're about to see deserves a preamble. Forgive the boxes of stuff that's just come in behind me. Uh, I usually have my videos pretty well planned out and then just record clip after clip after clip after clip until they're done. You put them together into video. Um, this one didn't turn out quite like that. I had, and you may have seen the video on it, just installed macOS 10.0 Cheetah. And it went quite smoothly. You know, there really were very few glitches to deal with at all. So I embarked on the next part of that, which is to install macOS 10.1 Puma. And things began to go downhill. I eventually did get the OS, I'll give that part away. I eventually did get the OS installed, and it is up and running as far as it can run now. But boy, was it an adventure getting to that point. And I think this video is probably going to take a good deal of editing. However, sit back, enjoy. Feel free to skip through the parts where it gets a little dull just staring at the screen. I'll try to edit as much of that out as I can and still leave the gist of it intact. And, like I say, enjoy it for what it is. Okay, the cloning is done. So we are now here on what will be the target disk for macOS 10.1. I'd say a couple of words about Cheetah. You're looking at the dock, there's hardly anything in the dock. And at that, I think they were searching. I mean, these are actual programs. The Mail application existed. Internet Explorer was the browser. Sherlock was still the search. And that continued at least through 10.2 Jaguar, maybe into Panther. I'm not really sure. You've got, well, let's close system preferences. We don't need it running. Okay. But the displays icon, QuickTime, late breaking news. That's a blast from OS 9 days. They were just searching for things to put in the dock just so that people could see what the dock was like. All right, now in the interim, while the cloning was taking place, I looked up a couple of details. 10.0 was released to the public in late March of 2001. And I was right. It was almost exactly 6 months later when it was superseded with 10.1. 10.0 and 10.1 weren't really known, at least at first, to the public by the big cat names. Those were the code names that were used internally in Apple, as is usual with software, particularly operating systems, that they have code names while they're being worked on. It was Jaguar, when it first came out in 2002, that the code name actually became part of the branding, and that was known to people as Jaguar. All right. So, installing here, I have obviously inserted the upgrade CD. I mean, we've seen, I'll take a deeper look into this, but this was a pretty much useless operating system in terms of actually doing anything. It was proof of concept more than anything. So, and Apple charged $129 to people for this. There were a lot of unhappy people. So 6 months later, they released Puma for which they also charged $129. But to those poor, unfortunate people who had spent 129 hard-earned dollars on this thing, they gave, at least for a month, upgrade CDs. And that's what I've got here. You can look back to my video about the gala opening of these. I received these as an eBay purchase, and they were still sealed. All right, so as the directions have told us, we're just going to double click on install macOS 10. And we shall see what happens. This would be September of 2001. Okay, and we shall restart, and we'll see what happens. The PowerBook optical drive is spinning up. I believe this version of the upgrade CD that I've got turned out to be a full installation CD if you removed one specific file from the CD. Apple later changed that so they really had a stripped down upgrade, which couldn't be used to just install the complete operating system. But this is what users would probably have done. And you can see that we're beach balling up there in the upper left corner, but it should come through if we're just a little bit patient here. Not sure how long this is going to take, but I'm going to stop the video and then pick it up when something happens. And true to form, something happened, less than a minute after I stopped the video. It's just the slowness of the optical drive that we're seeing now. Here we go. I don't remember this installation very well. I'm relatively sure, though, it's going to be very similar, if not pretty much identical, to the 10.0 installation. Yep, so far it looks the same. Now, when I installed 10.0, the display was stretched. I've since rectified that, so this looks a little bit more like what it should have looked like. Okay, we're using English, of course. Okay, necessary steps, all this important information. Actually, you could read that. I did read through a lot of that, when I mounted the install CD. Okay, so we've agreed to the license agreement, which we have read so carefully. We'll deal with that later. you gonna hang here? Ah, there we go. All right. And of course we're installing here on the Puma SSD. And we install. Yeah, that warning that I skipped was that I had not installed OS 9 on this partition. The installer is expecting, well, first of all, the fact that I've got nearly 30 gig of space on this partition is kind of unheard of. So it is expecting that you're installing this operating system on top of OS 9, whereas I actually have OS 9 installed in a separate partition. There were errors installing the software. You rotten son of a gun, you. Okay, we'll pick this up when I figure out what the heck's going wrong here. Well, it appeared to boot right back up into the CD, preparing the installation. Yep, that's exactly what's done. Okay, so there's no purpose served. I'm going to try this again, and if there's no joy, I'm just going to have to find a way to do something to fix the situation. But I will stop the video right now and hopefully pick it up when we're just about there. All right, obviously this is shaping up to be another one of those very chaotic videos. When I restarted the installer for Puma, the destination I had pre-planned was grayed out. And the reason it was grayed out, the installer told me, was because there was no earlier version of macOS installed on the drive. even though it appeared as a startup option, but I couldn't start up into it. So I wiped out the drive entirely. I installed what I was expecting to be a clean install of OS 9 on the partition I had pre-planned for it, with the idea I was just going to clean things up and get rid of some partitions that I really don't need. And I went ahead and installed also on the destination drive, the Puma SSD. What really surprised me was all of these icons in here. It's obviously finding my OS 9 applications from the FireWire internal drive, which of course I am intending to remove. So I copied, the applications folder and the documents folder and certain other things that were important, which I intend to put into this installation. But we'll worry about that when I actually reconfigure that FireWire drive. For now, we're just going to see, will this install? Okay, the drive is spinning up. And it's going to restart, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, well, I'll figure this one out too. I'll be back. All right. Obviously, what I was just doing didn't work. I wasn't sure if it would. What I am going to try doing now is to install Cheetah again over the top of this OS 9 installation, which should work. Then I should be able to use the upgrade CD to finally get it to Puma. Well, let's see. Well, that's no fun at all. Okay, I'm gonna reboot it into Tiger and see if I can get this thing going from Tiger, which I believe is either Tiger or Leopard that I got it going before. Okay, well, hang on. Well, we've been here before. Let's see what happens. Now it's starting up Classic. I don't even remember if this is what happened before. No, I don't think this is what I did. Okay, let's try it again. This application does not... Oh. Okay, then, and this is exactly what I did. Now I'm remembering. Okay, now, you're not going to want to sit through this again. So I'll report back on exactly what happened. Well, it has certainly been an eventful day. I have now installed uh, macOS 10.0 Cheetah twice in the same day. I've also installed OS 9 twice. The interesting things here, the classic environment still works. Everything is there that's supposed to be. You could boot from OS 9 off this, although I would tend to do it on its dedicated partition. All right. While I'm thinking of it, just one thing I had noticed here. The window says System Preferences, but up here in the menu bar, System Prefs. Isn't that interesting? There's a System Preferences. Oh well. Okay, now, the other thing I'm going to try to do differently, in hopes that this will actually work, is to choose Startup Disk. Okay, and we will start up this way. And oh yeah, there's no option to restart here. So let's just restart. Okay, now you've seen the entire process of installing 10.1. Hopefully you'll rejoin me when I've reached the point that it's actually finished, because we were just about done installing it when we got the failure. Okay, stay tuned. Well, we should be just about there. I did deselect all the languages, so please don't fail now. Please don't fail now. The old less than a minute thing. Well, okay. It would be nice if this just worked. Really nice. or is it just teasing me now? Well, the optical drive and the PowerBook quieted down. Hey, successfully installed. I will rejoice when we actually get to the welcome video. I'm pretty sure this will have a welcome video. All right. Yeah, both 10.0 and 10.1, rather than the Apple logo, still had Happy Mac. That little picture of one of the original all-in-one Macintoshes. Okay. I suppose it may not play the welcome video, since this is an upgrade. That would be disappointing. I really deserve a welcome video right about now. Bang. Nope, straight to the desktop, which is fine. Yeah. All right. And we can eject the CD. Huh. Okay, so yeah, the late-breaking news that was an aspect of classic Mac OS installations is clearly not there. So we can just get rid of that dock icon. QuickTime Player, we seem to have a new version of QuickTime Player, but not much in the dock. All right. 10.1, and again, still no system profiler, which surprises me, but that's okay. Well, let's say, so, yep, still says system prefs up here. All right, all right. macOS 9 desktop, nothing on that desktop. But, yep, the old, well, late-breaking, oh, that's the late-breaking news from OS 9. Yep. Okay, then. Oh, yeah, I was going to look at the OS 10 applications folder. There's something different, Acrobat Reader. Which is surprising, because preview is there. I don't really know what you would need the Acrobat Reader for. Address book is now a feature. I don't remember that. It's not in the dock, but we can put it in the dock just so that these icons aren't so lonely. Calculator, chess, the clock, DVD player. I don't remember that. It may have been in there. iMovie came Standard. iTunes. Oh yeah, okay, there's a lot more applications here. We'll put iTunes in the dock. We'll put iMovie in the dock. Okay. What else we got? Not too much else. But I mean, that's something. So clearly there's more in the way of applications here than there was. All right, now I'm missing some icons there. It's okay. The Leopard Firewire drive is not showing up. Nor is Tiger. I wonder about that. Okay, but anyhow, we're here, and we'll work our way towards other things. Now, what's going to come next? I do intend tonight after dinner to do one more installation. I'd like to do an installation of Panther on this machine. This machine came to me with a 20 gig hard drive, which has now been removed, with Panther pre-installed. I think it would be a good idea to get a clean install of Panther on there, and I'll do a video of that. As far as when these videos are going to come out, this video is going to be a bear to edit, but we'll get it done. We'll definitely get it done. Well, okay, thank you so much for your attention. I do appreciate it. You're taking the time out of your day to follow me through all of this craziness here. Be good to other people, especially be good to yourselves, and take very good care.